All right, y'all, so it's gonna be a run of this RLAARLO car. I'm gonna run it on 3S, and I did go ahead and put the foams on here, but I did have to go ahead and I did have to take the brake calipers and stuff off because the diameter of these wheels, these foam tires, are a little bit smaller than the ones in stock, than the stock ones, of course. So I am glad that they include with this particular version the regular 12 millimeter hexes to fit on it, because without that I wouldn't be able to fit these on. It would have been some rubbing and stuff with it. So I'm gonna give this a run on 3S. I do have a 3S lipo in here, and it's still pretty much stock gearing. So you guys know before it was kind of sliding around. So we're gonna see how these work out with this to see how these perform. I'm pretty sure they'll do pretty good out, and I won't have to worry about trying to warm them up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and re-gear this and put some of the high speed gearing in it and run it on 4 to see if we can get that 100 plus miles per hour. And Chick-fil-A box, that's not mine. And the wind's blowing crazy out here, so hopefully this microphone is masking some of that noise. So there is, the sale for these vehicles is off, but I will put a link down below in the description. You'll still get 20% off if you haven't ordered yours yet. They are shipping out. People will be getting them this week. And then I'll put an additional code to get 10% off. So you can still get about 30% off the price or cost of these. You just can't get the full discount that we got before. You guys know I hit a curve, so I gotta straighten up my alignment on this. And I am running this on 3S. I do need to fix the battery strap on the bottom because it is kind of rubbing somewhat, but and I think my pinion gear came loose. I was really trying to get this running. So what happened, it's either my pinion gear or my grub screw, and I fixed it the other day, but I didn't put Loctite on. I'm gonna show you guys what this is right here. So when you get your vehicle, this is something that I recommend you do. Just depends on how you're gonna go about doing it. Of course, change out the battery strap or adjust that. But I left this off because I wasn't sure if that was going to happen again or not. But you guys see right there how that's spinning? So there's a grub screw right in here, and I thought I had locked it down pretty good, but I actually need to put some Loctite on. It's kind of right there in the center right there. So I do recommend if you get this vehicle, go ahead. There's going to be screws underneath here. Take out these 4 screws and go ahead and remove this grub screw in there and put some Loctite on there. On the front, and then there's 2 screws actually in there. There's 2 screws in there. Go ahead and put some blue Loctite on. If you use red, you know red's gonna be a little bit harder to get off. But go ahead and put the Loctite on there to get this to not come out, because that's just what happened. It happened because I was, you guys know I crashed this and I had to replace a lot of parts on it. So I took this whole rear end apart, and then I didn't tighten this up enough. And then when I ran it the last video, it did come loose. I thought it was a pinion gear, but it was actually this grub screw, and I just tightened it down. But now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna put some, probably gonna do some red Loctite. I'll put some red Loctite on there, but I'll probably go ahead and change out to the speed gear for it with it. And you guys see also when I crashed, real quick, while we're talking about this, I did break one of these front turnbuckles. So I did want to go order the part, and it take weeks to get here. So I did use one of the Traxxas stabilizer bar turnbuckles in there. I just had that sitting in my case, and I just put those on there. So the toe end is a little off, so I got to adjust that to get this up to start trying to do 100 miles per hour with this. But other than that, get this over so this doesn't get caught up in there. Those were some of the things that I actually did for this. But I do have to do that. That's something I recommend. So things I recommend is check, of course, your wheel nuts on here. Change out your battery tray if you're going to use a bigger battery like a 3S lipo that's not included in there. And then also go ahead and take the time and put some Loctite on this grub screw. Whether you're going to stay with the stock gearing or gear up, definitely do that, because that definitely be something that's going to be needed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this ready for Super Speed Saturday, and I'm actually gonna add a little weight to here too, and I'm gonna lower the droop screw so this is lowered down a little bit, and I'm gonna work on the steering, and then we're gonna get this out Saturday for what can hopefully be a 100 mile per hour pass. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.